playing time and stuff. And this year I'm really focused on making an impact on the field, making my presence known, and then bringing along those young guys is another big thing. But through camp, just bringing it every practice is something that's huge for us receivers, and that really kind of filters down through those young guys and helps them come along too.
I know you had one of the top pro agility run stars they've actually ever been in the program. Did you surprise yourself at all with that, or was that just like I knew I could do that?
Yeah, just through workouts I felt like I was pretty quick. I just didn't know what the number was. I didn't know any of that until later that afternoon after I ran it. I figured it was a pretty good time. So yeah, that was a great mark for me to meet, and I'm pretty proud of it.
How much of a confidence boost did you get out of last season, as disjointed as it was? You got in the end zone, and does that really boost you going into this year?
Yeah, once you get that first little bit of playing time under your belt and then getting that score just built my confidence, and now I know I can play in that situation, so I can really let loose and focus on the game and not on the fans or on nerves or anything like that. Just let loose and play.
I asked Coach Liewer about you. He said you're maybe more of a quiet guy, but you kind of an example leader. Is that fair?
Yep. I like to lead by example. I'm not one of those guys that's hooping and hollering or dancing all the time, but I like to show up and work hard, I guess.
What's that room like as a whole? Thinking about, a lot of guys came in last year figuring it out. Where you're at now, maybe comparative with a season ago.
I feel really great about where we're at now, the depth and just the young guys stepping up. Me, Oliver, and Levi kind of have a really good grasp on the system, and then we can show the younger guys how to do it, and they're really stepping up too. And I feel like we got a lot of depth at the outside and inside positions there at receiver. So I think we're going to surprise a lot of people in our position group.
I think Oliver is kind of the curiosity of the fan base still, because he played a little bit last year, but only some. What do you see out of him when he's out there?
He's a freak. He had one of the fastest 40 times, and he's just a guy with a lot of skill. And he's also a pretty quiet guy, but when he lets loose, he can really get open easily and make big plays, and he's going to turn a lot of heads this season.
If you had to name one guy in the room, including yourself, who's going to surprise fans the most?
Samari's going to surprise people, but people kind of probably already know that's coming. I'd probably say Xavier Betts. He gets open on a lot of deep balls during practice, just running by guys, and I think that's going to show a lot this season. So I'm looking forward to that.
Did you see Xavier turn it up in the summer? He was honest with us that his spring was sort of.
Yeah, I really felt that out of him. He really flipped a switch, even this fall camp, that the attention and the love for football he has now is through the roof, and it's just made him better, and it makes us all better too. So that's really good.
Hey, who's your role model as a receiver? Like, who do you watch or look up to, whether it's a former Husker or it's, I don't know, anybody?
Growing up, Brandon Riley and Nate Swift were kind of guys I really looked up to. And then right now I like Adam Thielen in the NFL.
Have you ever reached out to Brandon just for
no.
to walk on like you?
Yeah, I have not. I know a few summers ago he came and watched us work out a few times, but that's about all I've really seen of him.
Was that inspiring to you even as a kid, I assume, watching him? Like, these are guys who they set a template of guys locally who can come up and get stuff done.
Yeah, just like any of those walk-on receivers. When I first got here, like Brian Reimer's just a guy that showed that any walk-on receiver can do it if you set your mind to it, and that's something I really look up to, and I hope that I can put that out on the table for guys who want to come walk on here and know that it's possible for them to get to where they want to be.
How would you describe your position coach? He's also the coordinator, but how would you describe him?
He's a great guy. He's funny. He's silently funny. Like, he's not, I don't know. He's smart. He knows the ins and outs of every defense. It seems like he really puts us in great positions all the time. Meetings are a good time. They're fun. We have fun, and there's never really a dull moment with him, I guess.
Who would you say is the clear leader of this group? I know there's new guys coming in, and like you said, you're kind of a quiet role model. So who's the guy that really takes control and rallies you guys together?
Levi Falk, Samari, and myself, I would say, kind of really act as the older guys and the examples for everyone, and try to provide motivation for everyone every single day, and then offer help as much as we can too. So that's it.
What has Samari added to this group, like leadership-wise, and also like a different perspective?
He had, like, coming from a different program, he's got different philosophies, different releases, different techniques on routes and stuff that he can teach us. So we'll be watching one-on-one clips, and say a guy runs a route and he learned something at Montana that he could help one of our guys out with. He'll tell you, and then the next day the kid will go run it and it'll look amazing. So he knows a few things that we don't know, and he helps us with that stuff.
He had like